Chief Justice of India UU Lalit nominated Justice D.Y. Chandrachud as his successor in a brief meeting held at the Supreme Court Judges Lounge in the presence of all judges of the court on Tuesday. Chief Justice Lalit's recommendation to the government would start the process for appointment of Justice Chandrachud as the 50th Chief Justice of India. If the government approval comes through, Justice Chandrachud would be the first second generation CJI. His father, Justice Y.V. Chandrachud, was the 16th CJI and one of the longest serving. Chief Justice Lalit is scheduled to retire on November 8 at the end of a 74-day tenure as top judge. Justice Chandrachud is expected to be sworn in and assume charge as Chief Justice of India from November 9. He has a tenure of 2 years as Chief Justice until his retirement on November 11, 2024. Justice Chandrachud was appointed Judge of Supreme Court on May 13, 2016. He was before that the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. Justice Chandrachud began his career as a judge in the Bombay High Court on March 29, 2000 until his appointment as the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. He was Additional Solicitor General from 1998 until appointment to the Bombay High Court bench. He was designated a senior advocate by the Bombay High Court in June 1998 and had practiced law at the Supreme Court and the Bombay High Court. In yet another measure to deepen financial inclusion, Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi will include 75 digital banking units (DBUs) to the nation on 16th October at 11 a.m. via video conferencing. He will also address the gathering on the occasion. As part of Union Budget speech for 2022-23, the Finance Minister had announced the setting up of 75 DBUs in 75 districts of the country to commemorate the 75 years of independence of our country. The DBUs are being set up with an objective to ensure benefits of digital banking reach every nook and corner of the country and will cover all the states and union territories. 11 public sector banks, 12 private sector banks, and 1 finance bank are participating in this endeavor. DBUs will brick and mortar outlets which will provide a variety of digital banking facilities to people such as opening of saving accounts, balance check, print passbook, transfer of funds, investment in fixed deposits, loan applications, etc. DBUs will enable customers to have cost-effective, convenient access and enhanced digital experience of banking products and services around the year. They will spread digital finance literacy and special emphasis will be given to customer education on cyber security awareness and safeguards. Also, there shall be adequate digital mechanisms to offer real-time assistance and redress customer grievances arising from businesses and services offered by DBUs directly or through business facilitators or correspondents. International Girl Child Day is celebrated on October 11. The International Day of the Girl Child aims to raise awareness about the importance and potential girls hold as the future of our society. It focuses attention on the need to address the challenges girls face and to promote girls' empowerment and fulfillment of their human rights. 2022 marks the 10th anniversary of International Day of the Girl Child. This year's theme is Our Time is Now, Our Rights, Our Future. First time in the history, the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action in 1995 proposed an action plan to advance the rights of girls. In 2011, the United Nations General Assembly passed Resolution 66/170 and adopted October 11 as the International Day of the Girl Child. It was an annual day commemorated to honor girls. Every year, a new theme is to be picked to focus on the most Prevalent issue of the year. International Day of Girl Child was first observed in 2012. The Global Hunger Index is a tool for comprehensively measuring and tracking hunger at global, regional, and national levels. It is prepared jointly by Irish Aid Agency, Concern Worldwide, and German organization World Hunger Hilfe. Scores are based on the values of four component indicators: undernourishment, share of the population with insufficient caloric intake; child stunting, the share of children under age 5 who have low height for their age, reflecting chronic undernutrition; child wasting, acute undernutrition in children under age 5 with low weight for their height; child mortality, the mortality rate of children under the age of 5. The GHI score is calculated on a 100-point scale reflecting the severity of hunger, where 0 is the best score and 100 is the worst. India's score of 29.1 places it in the serious category. India's GHI score has decelerated from 38.8 in 2000 to the range of 28.2 to 29.1 between 2014 and 2022. India also ranks below Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Afghanistan is the only country in South Asia that performs worse than India on the index. 17 countries, including China, Turkey, and Kuwait, share the top rank with GHI score of less than 5. India's first ballistic missile nuclear submarine INS Arihant carried out a successful launch of a submarine launched ballistic missile. The capability of being able to launch nuclear weapons from submarines has great strategic importance in the context of achieving a nuclear triad, especially in the light of the no first use policy of India. INS Arihant is India's nuclear powered ballistic missile capable submarine classified under SSBN program. It was commissioned in 2016. INS Arihant is presently armed with K-15 SLBM with a range of 750 km. SSBN is a hull classification symbol for nuclear powered ballistic missile carrying submarines. The operations of the SLBM from the SSBN are under the purview of Strategic Forces Command, which is a part of India's Nuclear Command Authority. The family of indigenously developed submarine launched ballistic missiles, sometimes referred as K family missiles, are codenamed after Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Under the SLBM family, missiles of various ranges have been developed, including K-15, also called Sagariga, which has a range of at least 750 km. India has also developed and tested K-4 missiles from the same family, which have a range of 3,500 kilometers. According to the Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Textiles, the PMGI Shakti National Master Plan has the potential to save over rupees 10 lakh crore annually by improving logistics efficiency. The PMGI Shakti National Master Plan was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on October 13, 2021. It is a digital platform to bring 16 ministries, including railways and roadways, together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects. It will incorporate the infrastructure schemes of various ministries and state governments like Bharatmala, Sagarmala, inland waterways, dry land ports, Udan, etc. Economic zones like textile clusters, pharmaceutical clusters, defense corridors, electronic parks, industrial corridors, fishing clusters, agri zones will be covered to improve connectivity and make Indian businesses more competitive. The Tamil Nadu government has notified the first Indian sanctuary for the endangered slender lorries in Karur and Dindigul districts. The announcement was made by the Chief Minister's office on Wednesday. A total of 11,806 hectares in the forest areas of Karur and Dindigul districts will be merged to form the Kadavur Slender Lorry Sanctuary, the first of its kind in India. These mammals are also protected under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The tweet by the Chief Minister's office stated the sanctuary will play an important role in the conservation of slender lorries and yet another milestone in Tamil Nadu's conservation efforts. Slender lorries is listed as an endangered species according to the International Union for the Conservation of Nature. The survival of species depend on its habitat improvement, conservation efforts, and mitigation of threats. Slender lories is a small nocturnal mammal that spends most of its time on trees. They act as a biological predators of pests that harm agriculture crops and help farmers. The species has a wide range of ecological roles and importance in the terrestrial ecosystem. According to a press release issued by Tamil Nadu government, realizing the need for immediate conservation of these species, the government of Tamil Nadu had made an announcement on the floor of assembly that India's first ever wildlife sanctuary for slender lorries shall be set up in Kadur and Dindigul in Tamil Nadu. Indian space economy is set to reach $13 billion by 2025 according to a joint report prepared by EY and Indian Space Association. According to the report, the space launch segment would grow at a CAGR of 13%, spurred by growing private participation, latest technology adoption, and low cost of launch services. The satellite services and applications segment would form the largest share of the space economy, accounting for 36% of the ecosystem by 2025. On the country's satellite manufacturing opportunity, EY and Indian Space Association said that in 2020 it was $2.1 billion. This would reach $3.2 billion by the year 2025. Indian Space Association, established in December 2020, is the premier industry association of space and satellite companies. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched Indian Space Association on October 11, 2021. The industry association will act as an independent and single window agency for enabling the opening up of the space sector to startups and private sector according to the government agenda. India has received the fourth set of Swiss bank account details of its nationals and organizations as a part of an annual information exchange, under which Switzerland has shared particulars of nearly 34 lakh financial accounts with 101 countries. This is the fourth tranche of information that India has received from Switzerland since the two countries entered into an automatic exchange of information agreement in January 2018. The first such exchange with India took place in 2019. Automatic Exchange of Information AEOI 2022 exchange exercise aims to bring in transparency and restrict money laundering. Some countries which have been added to the Swiss AEOI list for the first time are Turkey, Peru, and Nigeria. The guidelines and parameters for the AEOI are set by the Paris based international body, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. The annual exercises of AEOI exchange, such as the current Swiss bonanza of banking details, is strictly meant for tax-only purposes and in India kept in the custody of and for action by the Central Board of Direct Taxes. Under the OECD's guidelines, no details of the quantum of funds or names of account holders are to be publicized. In 2014, the OECD developed the Common Reporting Standard, which allows every country to obtain data from financial institutions and automatically exchange it with countries with which AEOI agreements are in order every year. Under the OECD umbrella of AEOI, India presently shares bulk financial and banking information with 78 countries and receives the same from 107 countries. India's net direct tax collection till October 8 in the financial year 2022-23 have risen to 7.45 lakh crore, more than half of the budget targets the Union Finance Ministry said on Sunday. It is an increase of 16.3% over the tax inflows during the corresponding period a year ago. Based on provisional data, net personal income tax collections grew 17.35%, rising faster than corporate income tax collections that were up 16.29% net of refunds. Securities transaction tax collections combined with personal income tax receipt grew at a more moderate 16.25%. Underlining that direct tax collections continue to register a steady growth, the ministry said tax refunds had jumped 81% over the preceding year to touch 1.53 lakh crore rupees. Gross direct tax collections reached 8.98 lakh crore rupees by Saturday, 23.8% more than in the corresponding year of 2021-22. After adjusting for refunds, net direct tax revenues now constitute 52.46% of the total budget estimates. Net direct tax collections had crossed 7 lakh crore by September 17 and were 23.3% higher at the time. So there appears to have been a moderation in tax inflows in the intervening 3 weeks. Gross revenues from direct taxes were at 8,36,225 crore rupees on September 17, reflecting a 30.2% growth.